Yeah, I would love to help you. Let's do this. First things to know is we want to fill this back tank with water. While using tap water is perfectly fine, I personally like to use my filtered water. I fill it up as high as it will go. Don't judge me, but you know, follow the rules. If this is your first time, just make sure you are just reading everything. I did have to remove the plug. You do not have to remove it every time. It's a one-time thing. This part takes time. Alright. Slider in place. The very next thing I want to do is fill my little bean hopper. Perfect. Alright, so if everything is done, you would get up in the morning and you would just push this cute little on button and it would come on. This right here is your extraction rate. So basically, the more coarse it is, the less like espresso it is, the faster it's going to pull from the pressurized water into your cup. So the more fine it is, the more packed that would be and harder for the pressurized water to make it through, the more like espresso it would be, the smoother, more creme, more sweeter. This would be a little bit more bitter, watery. This would be more creamy, some caramel topping. You know what I mean? However, keep in mind there is a sweet spot. That sweet spot exists between these two. This would be too much. This would be too much. Just, you know, keep that in mind. The sweet spot is around here. Each different coffee beans will sadly, you'll have to find out what it is each time you get a new bag, but that's fine. It's not a big deal. You'll figure it out. It's like, you know, when you know how to drive a stick shift and every time you get in a new stick shift, you have a feel for it. Same thing. So next I would hit double shot because that's how much I use. Even if I'm doing one for just myself, I would use that, or if I was doing one for me and Brady, I would do it twice. Alright, so the next step is taking it out. And I kind of just do that just to keep it from getting everywhere. And a lot of people have tools that will kind of like stir it and sift it. I love that for you, but I don't have time for that usually. So I kind of just, you want to leave it level as possible, because the idea of this is putting in pressurized hot water straight into it. So you're trying to make a very pressurized puck. That is the goal. So flat, keep your arm steady. Don't go too right, don't go too left. If you mess up, that's okay. You can re-steady it, you know. Alright, next thing I'm going to do is there's two little grooves right there, and see those are the same, or three grooves, and those are the same right there, and I just lock it in. So I would just stick it in there, turn, put both cups in, because I like to try to get it done at the same time. Then I hit the double shot right here, and that's going to be pouring from both sides. Now some have only one spout, and that would be what that's for, and that would be for only one pour out. Now what we're checking for right here is this beautiful red area. That's the supreme perfect. So what we're getting is very creamy, very caramely, very high in crema, which is what I like. So this is perfect. This is what we're wanting, that beautiful foamy crema. So we're just going to do that again. Perfect. All right, you can use half and half, milk, creamer. The only thing that I have seen not work is some seed milks, like almond milk. It just doesn't froth as much. However, it does just fine. It does just fine. I love a good coconut or almond milk personally. But right now, I use this. So I feel it, and it's kind of just when my ancestors say, but sometimes here for me, here for both of us, it just kind of depends. Yeah, that's when the ancestors said. So then I turn this on. It usually doesn't come on right away, so I stop for a second, turn it back off, and then I turn it back on, and it works. It will always shoot out some freaking milk. Always clean your wand twice after you do it because of stuff like that. I was cleaned after twice and it still did that. So that's why you like to clean it before you put your thing in it. Imagine this going in there before, and that would have came out in there. You don't want that. Now that's what you're looking for. Hot steam. You want to go at an angle. Tilt it a little bit. Jump up and down. Let your wand rest on the side. Just kind of bounce up and down. Let it just get out of the liquid and then back in. Plunge down to the bottom and then back up. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Just at the tip of it. Make that foam and then plunge. One moment. All right, give it a tap, tap. Always clean your wand. This is the first cleaning one. Perfect. We're gonna let that sit. Then we're gonna take our first cup, set it down. Second cup, set it down. I like to pour them in even, so I do one and then two. 1, 2. I try to do something cute, but it's never cute. It is what it is, but it tastes so good. Again, let your machine do what it's doing right now. This is automatic. It's an automatic descaling cleaning that it must do. Once it does it, it will go back to pre-settings and it will turn off itself. Let it do that. However, clean your wand a second time, and then again, technically a third time, but I always like to call it a first time in the morning, okay?
I don't know, babe. Today she looks like, I don't know, like a little fairy. Or maybe it's a feather that it is.
What do you think? I may have burnt his leg. That's the tea.